Summer adventures are better with Minky Couture. From road trips to ball games, beach nights to backyard movies, Minky has you covered. Don't make the everywhere blanket. Water resistant, ultra soft, and made for life on the go. Wherever summer takes you, bring comfort along. MinkyCouture.com, the original best blanket ever.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening. Welcome to another evening of Dr. Clipper and Friends, featuring the absolute very best in all of women's sports, HBCU athletics, and so much more on this pre-Memorial week and weekend coming up. We wish everybody the best. All right. Good evening. And before we get started, Jeff, we want to just pay homage to a soul legend great. He passed about within the last week, 90 years old, born blind, was blind from age 1, and he died at age 90. And that is none other than legend Clarence Carter. Now, a lot of folks, young school, wouldn't know him, but if you're old school, he had some raunchy songs, but one of them was Patches, and his most famous song, I Be Broken. But he was a living legend, a product of HBCU Alabama State University, where he went as a music major and graduated degree. Born blind, Clarence Carter, rest in peace. Yeah, do you remember him? Yeah. He had one song, I'll Be Stroking, that was pretty famous. But hey, welcome to the show, Jeff. And here we go again. San Diego, California, an Islamic Center just yesterday. Tell us what happened, Jeff.
Yes, good evening, folks. Yes, this is another bad one, Cliff. This took place again in San Diego, roughly 7:45. There were two shooters, two gunmen, very young, 17 and 18, that infiltrated a mosque there, a very popular mosque with a lot of people in the building. Unfortunately, 3 lives were lost in the process, Cliff. So when they went in, they had guns on. There were 3 guns. Well, we know one shooter, 18 years old. We're going to talk about his mother who reported him. He had 3 guns that he took from home. And so, long story short, they got into a firefight with the security guard whose name was Abdul. Abdul is credited for saving a number of lives, Clifton. Fortunately, he was there, and a teacher took part as well, and another man. All 3 of them, unfortunately, lost their lives. But what they did in the process of losing their lives, in particular, the security officer, Abdul, not only was he handling his business in a firefight with these 2 young men, he also was on the radio notifying people in the school that there are active shooters there. So that helped the folk in the school to do what? Shelter in place. The students knew what to do, get down in closets and whatever, and gave the other police officers that were en route time to get there. They didn't get into the interior, all the way into the interior of the school to harm anybody else, and then they fled. So two things here. They fled to another location a couple of streets up. They fired at a guy who was just a landscaper who was cutting grass, cutting trees. A bullet hit him in his helmet, but it didn't kill him, didn't break him. He was fine. And then they found the 2 in the car a few blocks up, and apparently they took their own lives. Now, the mother had called in 2 hours prior to the police. And she said, listen, my son, she believes his son is on a suicide. He's with somebody else. He took her guns, 3 of her guns in the car. And so they were looking for these guys 2 hours in advance before this took place. I have a lot of questions about the mother, but this is what happened, Clifton. Unfortunately, lives were lost yesterday. Everyone is on high alert. The Jewish community and also, the Muslim community is on high alert. This is what's going on presently as we speak.
Dr. Kemp, come on in. Give us your thoughts on this. Have you heard about, welcome to the show, Dr. Kemp. Have you heard about the story?
Good evening, everyone. Yes, I did hear about the story, Dr. Bird, and it's of course, it's just so sad. My heart goes out, and everybody's heart goes out to everyone involved, especially those that lost their lives, the suspect's family, as well, because like Jeff said, here's a mother turning in and calling
Mm,
the police on her own child who was about to do harm and damage. Just kudo goes to her for trying to save as many people as she actually could. I mean, it's just really sad because it looks like one of the young men was set to graduate sometime later on this month, and had gone on with another. I don't know if he's a
mm.
classmate, but someone else who just tried to do harm, and you just don't know where these kids' minds are. Not just kids, but just where people's minds are. During this time. And like you said before, and it's mental health month. May is mental health month. So we're definitely seeing it. I'm big time
Yeah,
doing
we have to keep
funerals.
praying.
The
Yeah,
the other individual wasn't a classmate, Doc. It was somebody who was radicalized online, and they both happened to live in the same state, so they linked up.
Lord
Wow.
have
That's
mercy.
how it went down, and they got together, and then they were on a mission from there. There was a late report tonight. There were 30 guns found
Mm.
Wow.
within the
Well,
home.
let's,
That's my questions about the mother. What else did she or the parents? What else did you possibly know?
yeah. Well, listen, they are our brothers and sisters, no matter what your faith is, all of God's children, no matter what your individual belief. We'll continue to pray for all these communities with these mass shootings, but in this case, the Islamic Center out in California. All right. Now, with the climate of this country and all this going on with this redistricting, trying to gut civil rights act and everything else, we still have to keep fighting and we still have to keep voting, not just at the midterms, we should, not just the presidential level, but all the way down ballot. And I want to say that coming up will be the second chance in the state of Georgia to have its first black female governor. She was the mayor. Keisha Lance Bottom is going to be running, y'all. And so
Mhm.
we're asking all of our brothers and sisters down in Georgia. So let's get ready. Okay? Stacey Abrams kicked on the door a few years ago and was close. But no matter what these lines that are being withdrawn up and down the ballot, let's get out there. Keisha Lance Bottoms, let's continue to support her. Steve, give us your thoughts. Keisha Lance Bottoms. Steve, Jim will come to you next.
Go, I just hope she wins. And Cliff, something you just said is something that we need to take heed and internalize. We cannot give up, no matter how bad it is, no matter what they try to do to us. We still have to get out and vote. We have to fight. We cannot lie down and take this. It's something we can do about it. But one thing we can't do is think this is how it's going to be. No, we have to get out and make a difference and vote. Even if you think it's not going to matter, it's going to matter. So we have to get out.
Yeah, Steve, they say African Americans are registered now in unprecedented numbers in Louisiana, even after that redistricting in that district. So, hey, that Georgia, no matter where you are, get registered, learn the rules, know where you're supposed to go, up and down the ballots. Okay, governor, federal and state, and let's vote, y'all. Let's vote now. Keisha Lance Bottom, yeah, I want to come to some very special stories tonight. And I'm coming to Jim. I'm coming to you next on this story here. This young man, let's talk some stories about courage, like we did last week. This young man, 23-year-old student who was paralyzed. His name is Jaden Peacock, a 23-year-old African man from Richmond, Virginia, was paralyzed after the accident. But this past spring, he walked across the graduation stage at Virginia Union University using an exoskeleton device. He earned his degree while recovering from a 2024 scooter crash that left him with a spinal cord injury. Peacock was hit by a truck in August of 2024 while riding on a scooter. It caused severe nerve damage and left him paralyzed from the injury. But after the accident, he began daily physical and occupational medicine to shelter in arms, and he continued to train with that robotic exoskeleton. And yes, that exoskeleton allowed him, in front of his mother, Akila Parker, to walk across that stage at Virginia Union and become a Panther. He said he wants to help people with disabilities and he wants to practice real estate. And I am so proud of this young man and his family. Jaden Peacock. Hey, what do you think about him? These people need to be mentioned. Jim, tell me about it. Jason Peacock. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. You got to
This
come a
young
little
man
clearer,
can
Jim.
survive.
Good.
Oh, I
Go
said,
ahead.
I wait to, God is good. He can come through this where he's hit by a truck, not only continue to strive to walk, but he also got his degree.
Come on.
And I also want to say this, Cliff. I'm looking at the early results. Keisha Lance Bottoms is up in the Democratic primary with Fulton and Cobb not reporting yet. So
Come on. Come on. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So, Chef, your thoughts on that story of this young man who's now a Virginia Union Panther alum?
Yeah, this young man is he's encouraging, man. He last year he went and got his BA, and then he got his BA and said, "Listen, let me just go ahead and drop this master too." So 1 year later, or a year and change later, he has his master's. That's encouraging for everyone. That's incredible. I really believe he's going to get a lot of help financially.
Oh, these are the kind of young people when we feel like we want to give up or we think all the odds are against us who are doing it, and no one's mentioning their name. Okay, let me give you another one tonight, Dr. Kip. Here's a student. His name, Lamont Newell, an African American teen from Los Angeles, California, who recently earned a full ride to Columbia University. But this is after years of housing instability. He was homeless all throughout high school, but he stuck with it. He was accepted to 65 colleges and will now move to New York to study industrial engineering. He's a senior at Birmingham Jesuit High School and graduated valedictorian with a GPA of 4.4. This story, he had repeated homelessness, and at times his family slept in a car, moving often and facing unstable living conditions. He also grew up around gang violence and incarceration, which shaped much of his early environment. He says, "We've always been moving my whole entire life. I couldn't give you an age where we were homeless because it was from a time span, but those were the main issues." Hey, this young man, Lamont Newell, heading to Columbia University. What a story. We should never give up, never give up, never give up. And no one talks about these guys. That's him.
That's right, Dr. Bird. I'm so glad you're highlighting these young men because we always sometimes we overlook, the greatness of our young African American brown men. So proud, so inspiring. Like you said, not only did he get accepted to one school, but he got accepted to 65 colleges, including Notre Dame, Dartmouth. Okay, and he's heading to the East Coast, to Columbia. So, I mean, what can you say? Please, if anybody knows this young man, please give him an extra shout out from us.
Come on.
Michael, we're so proud of him. So proud of him. Don't look the little thing.
Yes. We have one more for you. We could go all night, but one more for you. Steve and Jim, when the late coach Jimmy Valvano said, "Don't ever give up," he must have been thinking about this young lady here. Her now attorney, Brianna Pratt. Let me tell you what's so spectacular. This 30-year-old African American woman from Illinois spent years working toward a goal of becoming an attorney, but it took her 5 attempts to pass the bar. She spent more than $25,000 in review courses, and she finally passed that bar exam in 2026. She took her first attempt in 2021. After multiple times of disappointment, she just could not give up. She studied, she went to courses, she didn't give up when she felt like giving up. 5 attempts, and now we have her, African American attorney Brianna Pratt. Boy, what can you say about determination? Don't ever, don't ever, don't ever give up. Steve, and I'm coming to you, Jim.
That is the epitome of perseverance. And just like the young man you just mentioned and this young woman, they are cut from a different cloth. They have something extra. And this woman never gave up. She kept going, and look at her now.
Yep.
That's just an amazing, awesome story. And there are a lot of us out there that hopefully hear this and know that nothing can stop us if we want it bad enough.
Absolutely. Jim, your thoughts on this story?
Just like Steve said, nothing is impossible.
Mhm.
If you believe it, you can achieve it. I mean, she didn't let failure rule her life. She went, kept on going, and finally got what she wanted. Kudos
Absolutely.
to her.
Yeah. Give it up, attorney. Yes, sir. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come right back. Welcome back. Dr. Cliff Burton Friends, reaching the absolute very best in all of women's sports, HBCU athletics, and so much more. Hey, we got one more for you. One more for you. These are two
It's cozy season, and nothing compares to wrapping yourself in a Minky Couture blanket. Luxuriously soft, perfectly warm, thoughtfully made. From movie nights to chilly mornings, Minky Couture turns everyday moments into pure comfort. Once you feel it, you'll understand why it's called the original best blanket ever. Visit minkycouture.com or a store near you and make this cozy season your softest one yet.
from Georgia. I'm talking about congratulations to young ladies and their parents. Mariah and Sarai Freeman Foster, African American twins from Hateville, Georgia, ranked first and second in the graduating class at Hateville Charter Career Academy. They earned valedictorian, salutatorian honors after years of consistent academic effort and mutual support. Mariah graduated the valedictorian, while Soraya followed closely behind her salutatorian. The school recognized these sisters as the top two students in their class, highlighting a rare achievement shared by twins. Clearly, parenting mother Ebony was so proud of her because nobody makes it there without guidance. And we just want to give these two twins from Hateville, Georgia, a great big shout out. Come on now. Give it up for them. Give it up for them. Give it up for them. Dr. Kim, coming back to you. What about the twins?
That is wonderful. I tell you, the twin powers. And I actually saw another story set of twins, Tia and Jasmine.
Yeah.
Chris graduated valedictorian and salutatorian from Cheney University this past last week
Yes.
as well. So
Right.
I'm telling you, the twin power is rolling all around from north, south, east, and west. Congratulations
All
to
righty.
the Ronald family.
Great stories. Great
I
stories.
had
Yes. Doing great things. Members of Don't Signal Data, guys. But these stories are tremendous, and we have to keep telling them because America would like to tell a different story about our children and our young adults. And we know that it's not so, even in times like this, okay? Hey, let's get to sports. Our Woman of the Month, we only have it with us one more week, so let me give you a quick rundown. Elena Deladani, she's a WNBA champion, two-time WNBA MVP, seven-time WNBA All-Star, four-time WNBA first team, all WNBA second team, WNBA 25th anniversary team, NBA scoring champion, WNBA peak performer, 50-40-90 club, WNBA Rookie of the Year, NBA All Rookie Team, Honda Sports Award, Senior Class Award, two-time Women's Academic All-American, two-time All-American WBCA, two-time First Team All-American, third Team All-American, NCAA Season Scoring Leader, three-time CIAA Player of the Year, CAA Freshman of the Year, four-time First Team All-CAA, three-time CAA All-Defensive Team, and CAA All-Freshman Team. Man, what can you say? Elena Della Donnie, y'all. Yeah. What can you say, Steve?
a couple of years off and still came back and dominated. Just
Dominated.
that's just it reminds me of Venus and Serena. They were dominating and they had expanded and were doing so many other things and still had the time to dominate tennis, especially Serena. And Elena Deladon shows, hey, when you're that talented, you can do it.
Elena Deladani. Sure enough. Now, our Women Executive of the Month, we know she's a WNBA owner. She's also a broadcaster, but she was one heck of a basketball player, too. And that is none other than Renee Montgomery, two-time WNBA champion, WNBA Sixth Woman of the Year, WNBA All-Star, WNBA All-Rookie Team, WNBA Skills Challenge champion, NCAA champion, Honda Sports Award, Frances Pomeroy Naismith Award, Nancy Lieberman Award, All-American, USBWA, First Team All-American, Third Team All-American, two-time State Farm Coaches All-American, three-time First Team All-Big East, Big East Freshman of the Year, Big East All-Freshman Team, McDonald's All-American. What can we say, y'all? Renee Montgomery. What can you say about it, y'all? She's the best.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she doesn't get highlighted like some of our other Huskies, but she's right in there. And to take her to the broadcasting and team ownership level after her WNBA career is something special. Now, we're going to do some of our softball. We're going to catch up. Let's talk NAIA, okay? They have they have 16 teams that are playing in the super regionals, okay? But I'm sad to say that Dillard University has been knocked out of the tournament. They are the only HBCU. But I'll give it up for the HBCUAC champions. They represented well the women of Dillard University, the Devils. Proud of them. All righty. Now, let's talk about the Division Two. Okay. And they are none other than, let's go here first. Our celebrity birthdays first. Let's talk about none other, Jeff, Mr. Wonder Man. All right. Stevie Wonder. He's one of them. And the other one, Steve, I'll let you come off the top, but you only have a minute. Malcolm X. Jeff, tell me what you think. Mr. Stevie Wonder. Jeff?
One of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
There's no question about PD that.
Summer adventures are better with Minky Couture. From road trips to ball games, beach nights to backyard movies, Minky has you covered. Don't miss the Everywhere blanket. Water-resistant, ultra-soft, and made for life on the go. Wherever summer takes you, bring comfort along. MinkyCouture.com, the original best blanket ever.
Yeah. One of the greatest of all time, still doing it. Can still sell out a concert with his 74 albums, Songs in the Key of Life. Jim, you remember that? Songs in the Key of Life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
He can still sell a concert with that. Now, Steve, there's another birthday. I believe it's today, along with Grace Jones. Let's give Grace Jones her clap. But, Steve, I'm going to give you just a minute. Just Malcolm X, Steve.
I'm glad my wife's not here to hear this. Because she'd be like, I like Steve X. Malcolm X born Malcolm Little at May 19, 1925. He was assassinated February 21st, 1965. Was an African-American revolutionary and Black nationalist leader who came from a background of poverty, family disruption, and criminal activity to a prominent figure during the Civil Rights Movement until his assassination in 1965. He discovered the religious organization, the Nation of Islam, while in prison and served as its spokesperson from 1952 until 1964. He was also a vocal advocate for Black empowerment and the promotion of Islam within the African American community. Yeah. He was a controversial figure accused of preaching violence. Malcolm X also a celebrated figure with Black people and Muslims worldwide for his pursuit of racial justice. And he was, we need another Malcolm X right now. He was so far ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He was so, I listened to his speeches now. Okay, stop me, Cliff. Stop me.
All right, yeah, gotta stop you because we gotta get on. But Malcolm X, y'all, none other. Malcolm X. Now, let's get back to softball. That's the NCAA Women's Softball Championship. 64-team field with regionals that started on May 14th, and the finals will be scheduled for May 28th. That's through June 3rd in Salem, Virginia. When you look at this tournament of 64 teams, you have 42 automatic qualifiers and 22 at-large bids selected by the NCAA Division III Softball Committee. It begins with regional rounds and double elimination format, followed by super regionals and the best-of-3 series, and it concludes with the championship finals at Moyer Sports Complex in Salem, Virginia. So there you have it. That's the Division II softball. Now, Division II softball. This runs from May 28th to June 3rd at the Frost Stadium at Warner Park in Chattanooga, Tennessee. hosted by Lee University of North Carolina and Chattanooga. Same format, 64 teams, 23 automatic qualifiers, 41 at large. The regionals are May 14th to 16th, double elimination. Super regionals, May 21st to 22nd, best of three series. And the finals, May 28th to June 3rd, that's single game elimination. All these you can look up on the NCAA websites. Now, D1, here we go. They're playing 64 teams from May 15th to June 5th, culminating in the Women's College World Series at Devon Park in Oklahoma City. Okay? 31 automatic qualifiers do you have on this? 33 at-large bids, all selected by the NCAA committee. The top 16 seeds host regional rounds, which are 4-team double elimination tournaments. The winner advances to the super regionals and the best of three series to determine the 8 teams that compete in the Women's College World Series, which again starts on May 28th. So there you have it. You have it. We're all getting ready for the all these great championships that are about to happen. And let's just give all these spring sports ladies a great hand. Yeah. Dr. Kemp, your thought. Softball, rounded up the championship.
They're definitely out there playing that softball, Dr. B. I saw a few games actually that they were televising, and it's exciting just to see, just the different teams that's out there, giving it their best. So we definitely wish all the ladies all the best, and the men. But right now, the ladies are definitely handling, their business.
No doubt about it. Let's give it up. Softball. Now, before we get to the break, the WNBA are off and running. They're in the second week. Here's the breakdown. No surprise, Las Vegas Aces are 4-1. Now, here's the surprise: 3-1. The Chicago Sky, even though one of their top players tore ACL the other night, they're 3-1. Liberty 3-1. Serena Ionescu not playing yet. The Atlanta Dream doing well, and with Angel Reese in there, they're 2-1. However, they don't have Ron Howard yet and Jones to have their full slate. They're going to be very good. And then Golden State Valkyries 2-1, and the Minnesota Lynx, they are doing very well, and their rookie point guard may end up being the rookie of the year. Dallas Wings, one of the most improved teams in the league, they are 2-2. And Buzz is getting her thing. She's starting to learn the system. Of course, Paige Becker is doing her thing. And the Mystics, they are 2-2. These are the top 8 teams in the league right now. And we're just going to see where it goes. Indiana Fever, they are 2-2. Caitlin Clark is averaging about 24 points. She's the 5th leading scorer in the league and number 1 in assists. So she's doing her thing. And let's not forget, they still have Kelsey Mitchell now. Don't put her on the back burner. We know what she can do. She showed it last year. So they're doing good. And the Aces, Trinity Carter off the bench in her first 4 games has scored 97 points. So they really have something to go when you talk about Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray. And now you're adding Trinity Carter. The Aces are going to be there. By the way, Asia Wilson scored 45 points on somebody the other night. Uh-oh. Did you see that one, Steve?
Yes, I did.
Yes, she's the best right now.
Like old times,
Yeah.
Just like old times. So, yeah. And Paige is, my girl, she's getting 20 a night.
Yeah.
But Caitlin Clark is getting 24 and 9.
Yep.
That's and the Thomas girl at Phoenix is 15. I think she's getting 15, 7, and 8 assists.
Yeah.
So
and,
go ahead, Ken.
And in Indiana right now, Leah Boston's hurt, but it looks like she'll be back. Listen, we got to get to commercial. We're coming back. Marlo, Jim, we're going to talk a little bit of tennis. We're going to talk a little baseball, a little bit of football. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Dr. Clifford and friends, featuring the absolute very best in all of women's sports, HBCU athletics, and so much more. That's Dr. Clifford and friends, every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The podcast website is cliftonbutts.podbean.com. And also, you can hear our show every Tuesday night, every Wednesday night, and every Sunday night, 6:30 WGPR 107.5 FM Detroit. That's the Sports Rap Network. Now, let's talk about men's tennis. Okay, NCAA men's tennis. And so we have with us the official bracket for Division Three. They're down to the top 16 teams. Okay, and so this is what we have in our brackets right now: Bowdoin versus University of Chicago, Denison they versus CWRU, whatever school that is. Okay, excuse me, but we're down to our final 8. Okay, then we also have Tufts versus Swarthmore and Claremont MS versus Emory. These are the teams that are making up our Elite 8, okay? And they will be playing for the national championship in Division 3 tennis. We want to mention all these schools, all these kids do a great job. And even though there aren't many HBCUs in Division 3, they are great ways to go to college and earn scholarships. So we want to make sure that everybody gets informed. Now, Dr. Kemp, do you have the men's tennis in Division 2?
I do. So, in Division Two Men's Tennis Championship, the first round will start off tomorrow, Wednesday, May 20th, and it will conclude with the championship on Sunday, May 24th in Surprise, Arizona, hosted by the Surprise Tennis and Racket Complex. So they started off, the preliminary rounds was played in May 11th through May 12th. But starting tomorrow, we have Berry College versus number 16 Jefferson, then Catawba versus Biola, University of Indy versus Azusa Pacific. Then we have UT Tyler versus Charleston,
Proposal about finishing the season early.
West Virginia. And we have Flagler versus Queens, New York, Lubbock Christian versus Harding, Washburn versus Ferris State, and then West Florida versus St. Thomas Aquinas. That's the first round starting Wednesday, May 20th. Quarterfinals is Thursday, May 21st. Semifinals start Saturday, May 23rd, with the championship rounding coming up on Sunday, May 24th.
All righty. So there you have it. Back in Division 2. When you look at men's NAIA, those Gwinnett it's in Gwinnett, and they are already their championship is coming up, and then we will have the men's Division 1. Their champion is already determined. They're finished in D1. Let's give it up for the Cavaliers of Virginia. They are the national champions already in tennis. Okay? So let's continue to congratulate these teams, all of our HBCUs. We'll mention them next week who made the tournament. Now, let's go to baseball. Dr. Kemp, let's talk about the championship setup in baseball at Division 3. Do you have that for us?
I do. So as mentioned last week by our colleague Jim, Division Three baseball tournament, they go by regions and super regions. So the super regional round begins now through Friday, May 22nd, and that's located at various locations across the country. And then they will crown a champion Thursday, June 4th at the Classic Auto Group Park in Eastlake, Ohio. So starting between May 22nd, 23rd, and the 24th, we have some teams, the D3 teams. Denison is the host team. They will be playing Piedmont, and the winner will be the advancing to the next round. Lynchburg out of Virginia is the host team. They will be hosting Texas Baptist, and the winner will advance. Then we have Salve Regina, who's the host team in Rhode Island. They will host Endicott with the winner advancing. Then John Hopkins out of Maryland, they will be hosting Claremont with the winner advancing to the next round. In Salisbury, Maryland, we have Salisbury as the host team, and they will be hosting University of Chicago. And with the winner advancing, we have Adrian, Michigan, who is the host team. They will be hosting Bethany Lutheran, again with the winning team advancing to the next round. We have Baldwin Wallace out of Brea, Ohio, who is the host team. They will be hosting Messiah with the winner advancing to the next round. And then out of Gladsboro, New Jersey, we have Rowan College, which will be hosting Randolph-Macon, and with the winning team advancing to the next round.
All righty. So there you have it. Deep Creek, thanks so much on that, Dr. Kent. Baseball Championship National. Now, Jim, coming to you, the men's baseball Division II, and then take us on to one in the majors. Jim?
All right. The D2 setup is just like D1 and D3, as Marlo said. You have a 14 regional, then you have a super regional, which is the best 2 out of 3. They're in the super regional round right now. And the first super regional is West Florida versus Tampa. And in that region, Edward Waters was eliminated. Millersville super region is Westchester versus Millersville. Warrensburg is Central Missouri versus St. Augustine. Grand Junction is Tyler versus Colorado Mesa. Waltham is Bentley versus Malloy. Salisbury is Catawba versus Frankma. And let's see, Allendale is Grand Valley versus UIndy. And San Diego Super Regional is Point Loma versus NWAZ. Now, I think, Cliff, when you said CWR, whatever, that's Case Western Reserve.
Okay.
Where a lot of our Fisk guys graduated from law school.
Give it up for Case. Give it up for Case.
Now, Major League Baseball standing, and this is wild, but I'm just gonna get through it. Tampa Bay and New York are top of the American League East at 31 and 15, 21 and 19. The rest of the teams in that division are all negative and losing. Then you've got the Central, with Cleveland and Chicago. The rest of those teams are below 500. And in the West, you've got everybody below 500. And Seattle, the Athletics playing currently in Sacramento, formerly of Oakland, futurely of Las Vegas. Now, nationally, Atlanta and Philly. And again, Philly has been playing great baseball since Don Mattingly took over as manager. Our first two. In the Central, the Cubs and the Brewers. And everybody in the Central is above 500. And in the West, you've got San Diego and Los Angeles rounding off the top 6 in each division.
All right.
Now, there is a football player whose name is Max Ionakor, who was born in Nigeria, came over to America at the age of 13, went to Drew King Magnet High School for Medicine and Science, where he played soccer and basketball. But despite never playing football, he enrolled in East Los Angeles College to play college football. At this JUCO, he played for 2 years and was rated the 7th overall prospect in the class of 2023. He committed to play at Arizona State and played there for 3 years. And to make a long story short, he was drafted number 14 by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Just a heck of a story. Serious to the NFL. All right.
And playing soccer and basketball, and never playing football until he got to college.
All right.
That is wild. Now, the NFL. Oh, you had something about Montgomery's time with the Texans. Montgomery was in Detroit, where he was part of Sonic and Knuckles, the backfield with Jahmyr Gibbs. But he wanted to get some more time, so Detroit traded him to Houston, where he's set to start and get a lot more time there. And, we wish him nothing but the best.
No, y'all don't.
No, I honestly do.
All right.
Surprise. Aaron Rodgers was one of the first people showing up at the preseason minicamp. Even his own teammates said they didn't know that he was coming.
They signed a 1-year deal for 20-something million, Jim?
Yes.
God bless Phil. God bless the Steelers. Okay, God bless the Steelers. Jim,
he made out like a bandit.
Yeah. Jim, I have a question about what's going on with the wide receiver. He's going to jail for 30 days. Rice from the Kansas City Chiefs. Tell us what's going on. Do you know what's going on there?
Was he involved in a vehicular homicide? I can't
Absolutely.
remember.
And I think in California, he killed some people. And
Mm-hmm.
he got out. He ended up getting just 30-something days in jail, but 5 years probation. But he broke that probation, got marijuana in the system, and so they sent him to jail today for 30 days. The thing that makes it so interesting is the Kansas City Chiefs are having OTAs and mandatory minicamp that he's going to miss. So I don't know how strict they'll get with that, but now, he's got to get with the program. But yeah, he was reckless driving 109, 119 miles an hour and killed several people a few years. Yeah, Jeff, it's crazy. And so he's having to deal with that at this time. Have you heard about the story, Steve?
I knew about the story, but I hadn't heard this recent
Today.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about that, but
Yeah.
that's a shame.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the commissioner is going to have something to say about it, and he's going to miss some games on the other end.
Absolutely.
If he's allowed to play.
And the thing is, and the league never took any stands on him missing games up to now. But hey, there it is.
Well, let me just interject this.
Go ahead.
It's too many ways to be a fool to duck them all.
Yeah. One more football question, Jim. I know we got to get out, but I want to ask you this. Calamari, and that's his name, who plays with the Saints. I believe he's played for 9 years with the Saints. He's a running back. I'm understanding that
Alvin Kamara.
Kamara, yeah. I understand that they're now saying, trying to tinker with his contract and make sure that either this year, but definitely not the beginning, at the end of this year, is his last year there. Now, he's been a great Saint for him. I don't know if you heard anything about that contract, have you?
No, but the Saints are retooling. They released Cameron Jordan, a long-time mainstay on the defensive line.
Yeah.
They're looking to probably get rid of Kamara and just start a total rebuild.
It happens. All righty. Hey, the beginning of football, we're going to stay with it. Thanks so much, Marlo. Jim, we're going to take a quick commercial, and we're coming right back, Steve. Here we go. Welcome back. Dr. Cliff Burton Friends, featuring the absolute very best in all of women's sports, HBCU athletics, and so much more. Hey, welcome to our 23 engaged listeners listening on the line. Another 6 or 7 in the chat box. Hey, that's Stretch Boss, Peter Rivera. TheStretchBoss.com, 862-299-9471. That's The Stretch Boss at yahoo.com. Steve, let's start with the MVP award. Take us from there in the NBA.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander won his second straight MVP award, and he deserved it. He got 83 first-place votes. Victor got 17, and I think the Joker got 5. But he deserved it. He lit the league up on fire, and he hasn't played great in the playoffs, and that's funny to say with somebody averaging 28 a game. But they've had so many other people to step up that it really didn't matter. Last night, he was 7 of 23 from the field. And that's going to have to change for them moving forward. So he deserved it. And they actually asked Wemby, was he motivated because of the award that Shai got? And he was honest. He said, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, he said, hey, I'm a ride. And last night, he really gave us what it was like to
give it up.
Yeah. What it was like to witness Wilton Norman Chamberlain. Because he was like Wilt last night. He was dynamite, man. I'm gonna tell you what got me is 108, 105. Oklahoma City's up, and they come down, and Wemby shoots a very confident 28-footer.
Yes, sir.
With ice water in his veins.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this dude is making an announcement. I think it was Akeem Olajuwon that told him you do not have to wait to win.
Absolutely.
And he
Absolutely.
proved that 41 points, 24 rebounds. He dunked one on Chet Holmgren and grabbed the ball and looked at him like, does your mother know that you're out here? Does your mom know that you're out here? Stephen Castle had 11 turnovers, but he did have 17 points and 11 assists, but he had 11 turnovers. That's not going to happen again. Dylan Harper had 24 points and 11 rebounds. He's ready for the moment. He can really play. He's always been ready for the moment. That's why I didn't know why he and Ace Bailey went to Rutgers. But they did. They played without De'Aaron Fox, and he could be able to play the next game. And I actually think, even though they're up one, if he's okay, I would play him if I was the coach.
Mhm.
I would play him. There's no time to, fool around. Shea, like I said, he was 7 of 23 from the field. Jalen Williams had 26, and he was 11 of 25 from the field, and it was good for him to be back. But Alex Caruso had 31 points. He was 11 of 19 from the field. He was 8 of 14 from 3. And I did not see him, unless I missed it, I did not see him take a contested shot the whole night. That won't happen again, where he's going to be shooting uncontested shots the whole night. But I think the series will go 6 or 7. I think Oklahoma City has a deeper bench, but you remember Dumars and Isaiah Thomas and Vinny. That's Harper, Fox, and Castle. You got 3 great offensive guards who all 3 of them can guard. All 3 of them can guard also. And then you've got Lou Dort who can guard. You've got Shea can guard. You've got Caruso who can guard. But that offense, they don't have the same offense as those guys.
Steve,
go ahead.
Is it fair to say, though, I'm watching, that if they're going to really take out San Antonio, Chet Holmgren has to come with some level of resistance and meeting Wembanyama. He's not as good as, but something, he's got to give a little more at his height.
He's going to have to. I mean, he's 7'1", and like you said, he's not better than he is, but you have to give some resistance, because Victor has shown you he wants all the smoke. He doesn't care. There was a rumor, I heard Bomani Jones saying this, and he didn't know if it was true or not, but said that they were at one game and they were going to play Oklahoma City, and that Chet Holmgren's mother introduced herself to Victor and said, "Hey, I'm Chet's mom." And he said, "I know who you are." I like that about Victor.
He's a killer. He's a killer.
He is. I told y'all. And look, he's 22. He doesn't even have his grown man strength. People were saying about how he runs up and down the floor. He's actually running the right way up and down the floor. He's a cross between Wilt Chamberlain and George Gervin, if you can put your imagination around that. He is super special. I prayed for him this morning. And, I'm a Laker fan, but I prayed for him like I prayed for everybody. I hate to see these guys get hurt. And I said, God, don't let this boy get hurt, because for everybody's sake, because we really need to see this.
Steve, I'm going to go to Jeff. We're going to come right back, because I know Jim doesn't want to, but we do have to go to the Eastern Conference matchup. Unfortunately. But Jeff, Victor Wembanyama, let me tell you what I like about him, and I'm just going to say it, Steve, when I realized he got that killer in him, when he shot that elbow last series, I said, I'm like that. But Jeff, your thoughts, Victor Wembanyama, in your opinion, has it come up?
Yeah, he's got a lot of confidence for a young fellow. That's the best thing I like about him. And then he's versatile. You can't really just lock him into a spot. He'll give you a little bit of 18-footer, then he'll take you down low, then he's blocking shots on the other end. I like all that stuff. I think the bad thing about this last night's game is OKC got outcoached.
They did.
in my opinion. When they threw that little bit of zone on Shade, man, that hurt them boys. I don't think they were ready for those adjustments. So it's going to be a long series. You're right, 6 or 7. We'll see what happens. But they cannot come out first quarter and shoot the ball the way they did. They got to stay in stride. You got to come out that gate before you even step on the court. You got to come out that gate dropping buckets against this team because they're not playing. I mean, look, San Antonio playing like they don't care.
They don't.
No.
They don't.
Pretty
Hey,
much.
guys, you know what impressed me about Wemby? That I don't know if you guys saw. Caruso was shooting a jumper in the corner, and Wemby was 10 feet away, but he's out trying to jump to block it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I
Absolutely.
remember that over in that right corner.
We got to shift over here before we go to the East. What is it going to take for Detroit? I feel bad for Detroit, but Game 7 was Game 7. And
So
Jim, I
what?
want to hear your opinion before we go to the Eastern matchup. Anticipating,
Yeah.
I think it starts tonight. But what do
Yeah.
you think it's going to take for Detroit to go to that next level next year?
They are
Jim?
going to have to bring in an athletic shooting guard, and they're going and they can shoot. And with Tobias Harris aging, they're going to have to play my man Ron Holland, and they're going to actually need another shooter, maybe a stretch 4. I think they're okay with Jenkins, and even Sasser played good, but they have to rely so much on Cade. They're going to need some scoring help, and Fernie Simons is looking for a place because Chicago is so loaded with guards, and he doesn't need to be coming off anybody's bench. He can play. He would be a good one. There's some out there. I think that they will make some moves, but if he doesn't play Ron Holland, he should have played him the last 2 years.
Let's get Jim in here before we go to the East. Jim, give us your thoughts on Detroit up there in the Motor City. I feel bad. I really do. I'm not being funny about it. I think they've come a long way in a short amount of time. Your thoughts, Jim, before we go to the East, before we get out of here.
14 wins, 60 wins. But I'm blaming
Yeah.
Steve. He didn't pick the Cavaliers. I think they'll make a trade this offseason, and don't be shocked if we go to Memphis and get Ja Morant.
I'm thinking that Ja Morant to Minnesota, Jim, but
better.
Detroit actually makes sense because it would help Cade out so much.
And you've got the Detroit alumni, Rick Mahorn, Rasheed Wallace. You got all those guys. They'll keep him straight.
They not going
They'll slap him upside his head.
Jim, I was with you right up until there, and you lost me.
Isaiah. No, I'm serious.
Steve, listen to this. We only got a few minutes left. Come to the East. Jeff, Mike Brown, Steve, give us your take. Eastern Conference, what do we have?
New York should win this. And
4.
Marlo, I don't want to say that, Marlo, but
Dr. Marlo,
I thought about it, but I'm going to say 5 or 6 because basically Cleveland has 4 players that can really play, 5 maybe, and 3 that are going to maybe come to play every night or be able to give it to you every night because, it's playoff time and they've gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals, so you don't know what James Harden is going to do.
Never.
And New York, depth, but I'm telling you, Mike Brown, they bought in Jose Alvarado for you to play him. They didn't bring him in for you to play him 6 or 7 minutes. You're going to need him. Hey, Jeff, the magic of Mike Brown.
Steve, hold on now. I know you want to play the boy, but these boys were running off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row. Come on now. You got to see
but
if you got a hot potato,
and
keep it hot.
And I see what you're saying. But look here. It's going to show. If you don't play this boy, it's going to show because he can give you something. He can give you something on both ends of the floor. And, he was killing in New Orleans.
Listen,
They come out in 6.
All right. we'll pick it up next week. Philly can testify. New York is hot, that's for sure. But listen, we got to get out of here tonight. We'll be back on. Jim, come on with us. Tell us about Jim and Jack. What's going on with the show, Jim?
Well, we don't have a name yet, but Jim and Jack are back on Mondays and Thursdays from 7 to 9.
All right.
GPR 107.5, HD2.
Good.
And all the other platforms.
Sounds good.
Let me put this in. Ananobi is playing. New York's up 38-27 in the second quarter. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left. They ain't scoring no points.
There you go. Listen, great show. We'll have thank you to our 29 engaged listeners on the line and another 7 in the chat. Continue to spread the word. We're getting downloaded around the world. We're loving it. Let's also get ready because in a few weeks, the FIBA games are here, and we're going to bring that to you as well. We will see everybody back. Thank you so much, everybody. Great show. We'll see you back in 168 hours from now. Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. God bless.
It's cozy season, and nothing compares to wrapping yourself in a Minky Couture blanket. Luxuriously soft, perfectly warm, thoughtfully made. From movie nights to chilly mornings, Minky Couture turns everyday moments into pure comfort. Once you feel it, you'll understand why it's called the original best blanket ever. Visit minkycouture.com or a store near you and make this cozy season your softest one yet.